Good morning, guys. My pre-market brief. So I'm going to start out with this, what we've got going on here. Going into the jobs numbers, we've got 56 minutes to the jobs numbers come out here. So we have a nice bull flag going on here on the Dixie, the dollar index, holding in here firm. Had a big rally yesterday in the Dixie. It's not really given anything back so far. Hit both of my targets yesterday. I had mentioned this in pre-market. Uh, we did hit both my targets on the Dixie dollar index yesterday. ES futures. So I'll show you in a minute. You see this purple line right here, these purple lines. I got another chart I'll show you here in a minute here. It's a head and shoulders area that we're rejecting. So heads up on that. And here's what I got on these are my TikTok names, the most important names in the market. Okay. And so these TikTok names, uh, we are potentially putting a bear flag in to end the week out here. So be aware of that scenario on these megatechs. So just heads up on that. Okay. So some things I'm looking at here. Initially here, bonds might be doing a really flat. So everything's bearish here to start the day here on our bond market. So heads up on that. Suggesting we're going to maintain. We could be trending even lower here on our bonds today, as after the jobs numbers come in. So right now they're perceiving a strong enough jobs number to subdue the bond market. Okay. Uh, let's go SPY first. I'm going to start with SPY. Okay. See this chart down here. And so basically, there's two things I want to show you here. So first of all, we got some bearish clouds going on here. We're fighting. This is my momentum cloud here. Okay. And this is my momentum cloud. This is your standard Ichimoku cloud. So we are just fighting support right here, right now, here for our SPY. Potentially breaking away from both of our momentums to start the day here on SPY. So heads up on that. Now, what my primary thesis is. Now, I do want to point out I am naturally bearish because I've been calling since January 3,400 into the midterm elections. So I have a maybe not a founded bias to the downside. Okay, so my primary thesis here is that we have proven that this has become. Let me show you where I got those purple lines from. So basically, what I got going on here on these purple lines, I identified a head and shoulders. A head and shoulders pattern that we so far this week we continue to reject. And on the daily time frame, the wicks here are really could be quite telling here going into today's session. So be aware of that scenario. Now let's go back down here on a 1 hour be fine. My main takeaway here, typically in a bull market, the odds favor that if you overshoot the market maker low in a bull market, that you're probably going to close at the inside the market maker expected moves for the week. Okay, you will probably rally back up and at least close inside. Well, in a bearish market, that scenario all flips on its head. So this week, right now, we are outside of our expected move. So the market makers are underwater right now. Okay. And if the data does not come in perceived really great here, uh, we could very easily see a scenario where we're going to be coming back in here because it's in the market maker's best interest to bring prices back down into this area because we are beyond our probable outcome for the week. Okay. So be aware of that scenario. We are fighting very critical support here. Right here, right now, very critical support. And like I showed you on that Ichimoku, we could be potentially breaking the cloud here right at the open today. So be aware of that scenario. Some things we have going on this morning. AMD, they pre-announced bad earnings. They're getting a little bit hit here. Uh, they are on our momentum, well below our cloud this morning. So uh, a initial bearish setup for our AMD here. Apple, which is really the most important thing of the markets here. So I do want to point that out. So basically what we got going on here, Apple, we are potentially going into our a very wide cloud area on our standard Ichi below our momentum line. That could be supportive for the 142 area here on Apple. Google had a downgrade this morning, citing very poor ad revenue scenario here. So far this morning, it doesn't look like it's getting hit too hard on the news. So we do have two bullish scenarios right here, right now, so far here on Google. But we did get a downgrade on that this morning. That was in the news. Tesla announced that they have started production on the new semi truck, expecting delivery in December. Okay. So typically, past 5 weeks, every Friday morning, you just short Tesla, and it has been a payday. At this level, I'm not so sure that I want to be trying that trade. So we have filled all of our upside gaps, on Tesla. So now I need to redraw these. I haven't actually redrawn them yet. But our momentum is down, still very solidly down. This could be a bear flag for a continuation lower here on our Tesla. So be aware of that scenario as well. A very bearish picture to start what has been a very bearish day, initial day. Okay, so be aware of that. We are on our MACD still below our momentum. If I zoom this up here on our, so both of these are still below our momentum. So if the markets were to turn bearish, of course, this would be one of the ones you'd want to look at to the bearish side, retesting weak lows. Okay. Uh, uh, Other than that, other things I want to look at here. Let's see here. Goldman Sachs actually got an upgrade. Financials are really looking ugly here, so I did want to point that out. We did get an upgrade this morning on Goldman Sachs. Uh, so our momentum clouds bearish are, you know, so yeah, kind of mixed read right there. Um, yeah, our momentum. Yeah, we still haven't even crossed bullish here on our momentum indicator. We could be doing that near the open, so we'll definitely keep that one on watch. Other than that, I don't know what Visa was. That's new. That popped up. Visa. No, that's not. That's nothing. That shouldn't be market moving on that one. Okay. So let me check some things out here. See if there's anything else I want to show you. Oh, yes. Like I said, slashing Q. So I want to point out this on our momentum here, opening below our clouds. So our momentum is, we are above support, but we are opening below our clouds, and our signals are all bearish, initial bearish here. So be aware of that. So we are getting an initial right out of the gate a bearish reading here on our tech. So be aware of that scenario and try to keep yourself on the right side of the trade. Okay, little bearish scenario here. And I do want to point out the Norfolk Southern got a downgrade this morning, so that's one of your transports. So keep that in mind as well. Let's see here, Goldman Sachs, Walmart. Let me see what the Walmart news is real quick. Walmart's planning to lay off 1,500 workers. Heads up on that. So there you go. We're going into jobs numbers, and we're getting a breaking news report that Walmart is looking to lay off some workers here. So heads up on that to see if Walmart might actually rally on that. Anytime you lay people off, they tend to initially rally. And we are below our cloud on that one too. So that's a bearish setup to start the open this morning. Okay, so that just gives you a quick and dirty look what I'm looking at here. Obviously, I have a natural bias to the downside. AMD and Tesla look ugly, in my opinion. So just keep that in the back of your mind. Apple looks like it's in a breakdown pattern scenario here. Let me check Amazon real quick. Amazon's another one that I've really been. Okay, yeah, it's still quite. We're still inside. We're A-okay on Amazon right now. Microsoft has been leading us down too, so let's keep an eye on Microsoft as well. Microsoft looks like a breakdown pattern just like Apple, so heads up on that. So, they can hold the top of this cloud all day today and just go sideways, finish the week. But, we are, our MACDs are all showing bearish signs. We're into a white cloud. Yeah, a lot of reasons to think that we could easily go lower here. Thanks for watching my video. Please like it if you like it and retweet it if you get a chance.